Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Life and Times of Crazy Patrick. You know me, I'm Crazy Patrick. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share. If you've been with me for a while, I hope you like this video and learn something from it. And give me those thumbs up and share also. And what I'm going to be doing today, I'm gonna make a air conditioner out of an ice chest, out of an ice cooler, and I'm gonna walk you through it, and then we're gonna test it and see if it works. I've seen them built before on YouTube, but I don't know if they're really gonna work or isn't gonna work. So we're gonna try it and see how it comes out. All right. So I'm gonna pause this and get everything set up, and we'll go from there. Okay folks, here's the fan that I chose. It's a Honeywell fan, and it says that it will move air, you'll feel it 30 feet away from the fan. Well, I tried it out and they're not lying. It really does move the air that good. So we're going to use this fan, we're going to use this ice chest, and then just a PVC 90 on it. I'll be right back. Okay folks, the first thing I'm going to try to do is take this back off the fan. There's 4 screws if I can get them out. I don't know if I have anything small enough to get them out of there. That's the smallest Phillips I have that'll go down in there. Well, folks, I guess I'm not going to take the back off. So we'll just go with what we have. I'll worry about that later. I have to get me a new Phillips head, because you need a really long one, and I don't have one that's small enough. So we're going to forget that for the time being. I'll be right back. Okay folks, well what I've tried to do is get the diameter of these circles I'm going to cut about the right size. So I'm going to put this drill in through here. Need to wallow it out a little bit, because this drill bit isn't quite as big as what I need to do. Need to get that jigsaw blade through here. I'll be right back, and then we'll cut these circles out. Okay folks, now what we're going to try to do is cut these circles out. I'm going to pause this here for a second. I don't have a long enough blade. I thought I had a long enough blade, but I do not. Okay, folks, I had to go and get some longer blades to cut the hole through the whole lid, but I've mounted the 90 on there, and I've mounted the fan, and I've siliconed around them, and I ain't the greatest siliconer that you ever seen, but so it's all put together now. I did plug it in, turn it on, and there's a bunch of air comes out that 90 PVC. So I think it's going to work out really good when I get the ice in there. I'm going to layer the ice with layer ice, salt, layer ice, salt, layer ice, salt, because something happens chemically when you put the salt with the ice. It makes it freeze, makes it get colder somehow. I don't know how that works, but if you've ever made homemade ice cream, that's how ice cream machine works. You have to mix salt with the ice, and that gets it really cold and makes the ice cream as you crank it. So this is gonna pretty much do the same thing. We'll see once this caulking gets set up a bit. I'm gonna get some ice. We're gonna take it out into my RV. We're gonna plug her in and see what kind of air comes out of there. We're gonna check it with a thermometer, and I'll get back with you. You have a hang in there with me, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, there is my ice chest air conditioner. Now, you can't expect a whole lot from it. Okay, I figured that one out. I'm moving a lot of air here, but it's the temperature where my TV's sitting right there is 99 degrees, and the air coming out of there is about 80 degrees. Now let me show you here how I layered it inside. You can see in there that ice, it's been running for a couple hours, and that ice isn't even melting. It's a solid block of ice in there. So it's super, super cold. And if you have it blowing right on you, feels pretty good. Feels pretty darn good. And it is bringing the temperature down in here. I honestly believe that if I had this full of ice in the morning and I started this thing running and I layered that ice like that, and I started this thing running when it was already cool in here, I believe it would keep it cool. It's cooling about 15 degrees. The air coming out is about 15 degrees cooler than the air going in. So, you know, any air conditioner, if you get 20 degrees, you're doing great. So I'm thinking out of this, for as little as it costs, you're looking at $20 for a ice cooler. You're looking at about $16 for the fan, that Honeywell fan that moves a lot of air, and that little 90 degree piece of PVC is about, I don't know, $5. So there isn't a whole lot invested, and this thing uses such low amps. You could run this off a solar panel, one battery, a charge controller, and a very small inverter. So you could even do that. It would be very easy to do. But when you have it blowing right on you, it feels real good. Doesn't matter how hot the air is around you, as long as you're cool. So it's actually working pretty good in here. And like I said, if you started this thing in the morning before it was hot in here, go ahead and start it when it's already cool. I think it'd keep it cool, because it's blowing a lot of air. I wished you could feel it, but it's blowing a lot of air. I'm this far away, and I can feel the air coming out of it. So that's a lot of air moving. out of a small fan, and it uses less than 2.5 amps, because that's what fuse is in the plug, a 2.5 amp fuse. So it's not using hardly any electricity, and it is really working good. So folks, wasn't that hard to build. I built it in an afternoon, and I believe if you're living in a van, it would keep your van cool if you start it in the morning and you layer that ice like I did. You put some ice, then salt, some ice, salt, ice, salt. That's a solid block of ice in there now. I've had it running a couple hours, and it's not melting very quickly. So I think it'll work, guys. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 as far as if it's working or not. I think a 7 out of 10 is pretty good. So I'm gonna give it that, and y'all all make one and let me know what you think. I think it's gonna work pretty good if I start it early in the morning when it's already cool in here, instead of when it's already 100 degrees. It's hard to cool 100-degree air down. But the great thing about New Mexico, as soon as the sun goes down, it cools off really good. So I believe this thing would run on, I put 30 pounds of ice in it, and it would hold 40. So you could put 40 pounds, and that's $5 worth of ice. And it cost me a heck of a lot more than $5 to run my generator on this thing at a half a gallon an hour. So I think this thing might work out okay. So folks, leave me some comments, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you again another day. And stay positive, and God bless.